All right. Hey, I know I disappeared for a while. I'm sorry about that. I thought I would come back and give it one more shot. Those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I've already done a face reveal, but I thought I'd put this back on for those of you who really dig the mask. I may still film some stuff in the mask, but I got tired of trying to edit my face out of everything, man. It's a fucking pain in the ass. I just don't want to do that anymore, and I just don't really care. But things are going to change a little bit with the channel. I always enjoyed the kind of vlogging, talking about things I enjoy segments a little bit more. So we're going to do that. There'll still be some gym footage, but honestly, man, filming in the gym just fucking wigs me out. I don't know what it is about it, but I've still been doing it. I've got a lot of gym footage. There won't be any in this. I'll put up in here somewhere is some pump checks from like this week. Give you guys an update, like where I'm at, like when I got a pump and shit with my physique. But I'm no longer trying to get bigger. I'm no longer screwing around with stuff. I'm still not natty, but I'm just doing like a normal human level thing here, all right? And just trying my damnedest to maintain. I've definitely lost a little bit of size, but I think I've maintained fairly well. But yeah, we're going to give this one more shot. This video is going to be all over the place. There's some stuff. You guys will get to see my wife in this. She's also a content creator. This is going to be a little out of order, but I thought I'd come back and do a kind of long video. So, hi, bye. All right. I know that I disappeared. And I'm sorry for that. I am a very, very busy person. Okay. And the channel was just, too much. I'm going to try to do this again. I have a tendency to take on too many creative endeavors, and there's not enough time in the day with the responsibilities I have and the things that I do to be a bodybuilder, a YouTuber, manage the socials that go with that, be a musician, be an artist. I'm in the process of becoming a tattoo artist, and on top of that, obviously, I have a full-time job. I'm a husband, a father. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on my shoulders, and so I've been trying to learn how to balance my time and where I put my energy, and always, no matter what, my wife and the boys are going to take priority over anything, absolutely anything. I'll go without before they ever will. They are my entire world, and so they're going to take priority, and I think you guys will get that, But I did feel bad, and I wanted to come back and make a video because some of you guys have reached out to me and said some very, very kind things about how I inspired you to start your own fitness journey or restart your fitness journey and start lifting again. And that stuff like that is weird to me, to process that. I've never been really good with compliments, because I don't have it all figured out. Nobody does with anything. And but I've had people reach out and say that I inspired them, or I had somebody tell me that I'm the older brother they never had, or I was the father figure they never had. I had a lot of interesting interactions with some of you guys, and the things you said did mean a lot to me, and they were very kind, and I appreciate them. But so I wanted to come back and at least say hey and give you guys an update. So I keep getting interrupted. Obviously, I'm never going to stop lifting as long as I'm able to do it. So that's been business as usual. But I'm no longer trying to get bigger. I went and I did what I wanted to do with it. I got to the size I wanted to get to, and I just don't need to get any bigger. I kind of got wrapped up in this, chasing this physique for whatever reason, just seeing how big I could get. And it was stupid, it's not worth it. Let's get back to what's been going on with me. All right, I thought I would include these clips. Obviously, I'm married, and I haven't really shown you guys my wife before. I love her dearly. She is my entire world. But I made these edits from her streams. She's also a content creator. And there's clips where she's kind of bragging on me a little bit. And I know it's kind of like a meme that, if we're being real, almost all of us, if you're in a relationship and you lift, I think we all just want our woman to talk about us the way that my wife talks about me. And whenever I'm having a bad mental health day, man, I watch this and it just makes me feel like the king of the world. So this whole segment's going to be kind of long. It's like 20 minutes or so. But I left a lot of it in because I think it kind of shows a side of my life that you guys haven't seen yet. And to me, it's the most important side. That's my baby. That's my girl, man. And I always said I would never go back. I spent a good chunk of my 20s locked up. But when it comes to her, I absolutely would over her. I'd kill or die over that woman.
No one will be pushing you down. No one will be. Yeah, I think you would be. I don't hardly go anywhere without Epps unless he has to work or be home, or like somebody has to be home with the kids. Like, I don't go anywhere without him. He's my scary dog privilege. Please don't say he is. He's scary. I've literally had people tell me he's scary, and I'm like, well, remember it. Remember that. Epps is so cool. He is too cool for me, I think. You're so cool. When we first got together, while flexing with his tattoos and his curly hair. He's so cute. He is. He's cool. Yes, I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled. Literally when I tell people, like, anytime that a guy, like, tries to talk to me, I'm like, I fucking promise you my husband is better than you and you can't afford me. I promise. Oh, of course you'll get to see it. He makes me a card, like, for everything. He makes birthdays, anniversaries. I always get, like, a hand-drawn, handwritten card. I have every single one he's ever made me. I could show you this. I'm not going to show you the inside. I never show the inside, but you want to see my anniversary card that Epps made me? I showed Cash already, but this is the card that he made me. Isn't he cute? He worked very hard for like a week on it. I see there's a little chubby. There's a little chubby bits. And he always puts a typo reference on it. It's adorable. I have like a stack of cards that he makes me. I'm going to. I have a stack of cards that he makes me. This is a birthday card. I keep them all. I want to frame it. I want to put it up. So I might frame it and put it downstairs. He's like a boulder. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's all muscly. It's weird. It's weird, but it's not. Because I can't imagine him being any other way. It's weird being somebody that's like chubby and out of shape and like literally doesn't even want to get up to pee, like literally will hold my pee, and being in somebody that's in like really good shape. Being with somebody that's like goes to the gym all the time and stuff, like it's weird, and you would think that like it wouldn't work, but it does. But it does. He wouldn't change his shin. He likes my butt, is what it is. What he means when he says that. What he means when he says that I'm perfect is that he likes that I have a big ass. That's what he means when he says that. God. He says, hey, we all have our thing. Girl. Well, basically, that's basically the attitude. I can't walk up the stairs without him standing at the bottom of them looking up. You hear him laughing? I'm telling on him. I'm telling on him. I'm over here telling on him. He'll buy me underwear just because he thinks my butt will look good in them. But I've dealt with some shit in like public and shit like that. Oh yeah. Epps is my scary dog privilege. Straight up, my husband's a bodybuilder. He's my scary dog privilege. You two are a bodybuilder? Me too. That's why he's all flexing. I'm like, yeah, look at my muscles. I too am a Victor Frankenstein. Yes, they will make your ass look good. Epps, do you appreciate my ass in a pair of leggings? He said he appreciates my ass in anything. Over the counter with the worst wedgie I've ever had in my fucking life. Epps probably would have loved to walk in at that minute. I'm saying there was the worst fucking wedgie I've ever had in my life. Elbow greasing with fucking a sponge and Fabuloso. Now, are you laughing at me because I said I had a wedgie and Epps missed it? It's true. I'm just saying. It literally gave, oh no, help, I'm stuck. Help. Stepbrother, I'm stuck. With energy. Gross. Cleaning wedgie. Oh, listen, we got married in the woods. One time we were at the park and we were in the middle of the woods. Okay, there was this clearing. And it was like so dark in the woods. So dark, other than this clearing in the trees where the sun was coming down and there was a log. And I thought it looked like that scene from Snow White where she's running through the woods and she's like panicking because she's like seeing all of the animals and like their faces are warped and shit like that. But anyways, and she like falls over and she's like all perfectly in the middle of the forest. I wanted to get married there. So guess what I did? So I wore my grandma's dress from like the 1970s. And I wore a wig that was past my ass. I had baby's breath in my hair. And I picked up my fucking dress. I had a thing draped around me that was dragging on the ground behind me. I bunched my dress up in my arms and ran through the woods to the clearing where we were getting married. That's what he's talking about. And it was night. We got married on Halloween night in the middle of the woods. Our only decorations was I went and I bought like literally like 50 candles. And me and my sister and a girl I'm not friends with anymore, we lit all the candles and we like spread them out on the log. And that's where we got married. And it was during COVID, so everybody was spread out in the woods around us. So we got married in the woods at night by candlelight, and everybody was just sprinkled around in the woods watching us. So yes, that was why I was running. I was running because I had to run to the location. I wasn't taking my time. Everybody else was taking their time. I was running with my dress all bunched up and my wig all flying through the air. Yeah. Wendy didn't get to go with us, did she? It really was. Like, I don't think that we danced. We just got married and then we took off. Because, like, it was kind of cold, but it was also, like, It was 2020, so it was during COVID. A few people stayed in their cars, just out in the woods. And then we went to eat at a restaurant and we went home. We didn't dance though. Have we ever danced? If so, probably not in a serious way. Have we, maybe? I don't think we ever have. It's probably because I suck at dancing. The only dancing I've ever done in my life was when I was drunk. He said he would dance with me, though. I would dance with Epps if he wanted to dance for our anniversary. He said, I'll dance with you. Absolutely. I don't know. What song would we dance to? It would have to be something sweet. Because if it was anything like our taste in music, we just end up punching each other in the face. Grab my vest and I'll show you guys my shitty battle vest. Epps likes it. He thinks it's cool, but I think I could have done better sewing. I just do what I can. I do what I can. Okay, I got 2 of them on. Does it look okay? Does it look okay? 2 so far. Knight and his fucking battle vest, well, one of them, he has a couple, looks like Russian bear armor. If you don't know what Russian bear armor is, you should look it up. That's his battle vest. One of them. Anyways. It looks like fucking Russian bear armor. Google it. If you don't know what it is, it literally looks like fucking Russian bear armor. Oh, his vest could be its own weapon. He could just throw himself into somebody. There's been times where, like, we'll go in somewhere and I'm like, dude, I don't know if they're gonna let you in. They're gonna look at you like, why? Like what's going on here? Like, you good? Like, you're gonna hurt somebody even if it's on accident. Okay. His or my backpack or his vest? His vest is fucking insane. When Epps walks around, he sounds like a fucking cop because he's got so much shit. His jacket, his wallet. I made him get a chain for his wallet. I made him get a wallet chain because he loses his wallet all the time. I said, you need one like it's 2004. And he got one. And you can fucking hear it. You can hear him coming. Literally, I know when he's home. Because I hear him coming up the stairs. I hear him behind me. Oh, he put his vest on the floor beside me. Thank you. Oh my God. This is one of his vests. Ugh. When I tell you Russian bear armor, I do mean it. The back of it. He's had this thing forever. But one of my favorite things to do is put together a vest and take it apart. So of course, he moves stuff around. Can you see? Can you see it, Mr. Krabs? It's heavy as shit. It's heavy as shit. I gotta find mine. It's somewhere. Mine's pink. Currently, I bought a black one. That I need to start sewing on. I gotta move some patches around, though. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Ah! I do believe it's like a concealed carry thing. It's got like a pocket in it for a gun, and it's like very, very heavy without all of the stuff on it. Without all the stuff on it, it's heavy as shit. Start you one. Make one. Get you a cheap jacket. Listen, there's like this thing where people think they need to spend a lot of money to make a vest. No, you don't. No, you absolutely don't have to. You got to remember, most punks and most metalheads are poor. Most of us are fucking poor. So put it together a little bit at a time. That's what Ep says. Like Ep says, like the fact that you can tell that I did it by hand, it makes it better. Hold on, give me a second, and I'll get up and I'll show you my vest. It's not as impressive as his. Like everything in my life, I have to turn it into a punk show bathroom. Everything in my life, I have to turn it into a punk show bathroom. I swear to God. I just up. Where's my little boo boos at? How y'all hiding? I'm so scared something's gonna happen. I'm so scared something's gonna happen to him. Mine's not as cool as Eps's at all. Mine's not as cool as Eps's at all. This is mine. Look how pathetic mine looks in comparison to his. Look how pathetic mine looks in comparison to his. What? I got a big one. I got a big one to do. I don't like how women's everything is cropped. And why is there I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. It just came like that. It just came like that. This is mine. This is mine. I don't have the time, the patience, or like the capability now to like spike things. I used to be able to like ram one of those like leather hole punches through shit and like put spikes in it. I can't do it. Headphones ears, not your actual ears. These are my ears. What do you mean? These are my ears. I swear that's me though. I like dark stuff or pink. One or the other. That's me though. I like dark and I like cute. And everything that I have reflects that, I feel like. That's mine. It's not as impressive as his. And I have a box full of patches that need a home, but they won't fit on that fucking jacket. So I bought a new one. I bought a new vest. I just have it. I have to mentally prep myself for a while to sew. I have to mentally prep myself for a minute to have the whatever to sit down and fucking sew on a vest because the shit hurts. It sucks. It hurts. Oh, you brought up both? Oh, shit. Oh my God, this one's even heavier. Okay, hold on a second. This one's even heavier. Oh God. Ooh. Uh, uh. When I said Russian bear armor, I did sincerely mean it. When I said look up Russian bear armor, I did sincerely mean it. his jackets and his vest are a weapon. I would have too much. That pink jacket that I had that I took the things out of, it had this many fucking spikes in it, and people were like, "Can I take the spikes out of that?" Yes, go ahead, stupid. Go ahead. Find out what happens. This jacket would fall apart. I think he did all these himself, though. Because there's been, God, it's so hard to hold up. There's been many times when I have bought him spikes as a gift. I'm proud of my baby. He works on them constantly. He always has. He works on them constantly. I'd walk around giving the business. That's funny. Yeah, they're heavy as shit though. They're heavy as fuck because of all of the spikes on them. Do. That's me with a taser and a forget me bat. Look how good the boots are. I told him I want a sticker of those. I want a sticker of those boots. That's me with my forget me bat in my big stompy boots. Isn't that funny? Isn't that cute? It says forget me bat, taser. He labeled the boots big stompies, and then he also had to draw an arrow to my ass, and it says booty. So that's so funny. He even I love those boots. Aren't they so cute? They're so detailed. I love the boots. I have boots that look like that. One time when I was a teenager, I shoplifted boots that look like that too. Oh, full circle moment. Hold on. This is the full doodle page that he did. There's like multiple little tiny bats on it. I have a plushie that looks like this. I have a plushie that looks like that, and I love this little bat too. He likes to make these like little doodly pages.
So, I started doing art again, which was one of my main, it's always been an outlet for me. It's always been something I've done and enjoyed doing. And I have, a lot of artists will probably tell you this, and I kind of hate saying artist. It sounds so pretentious, but it is what it is, you know. That's the term, right? A lot of artists will tell you that there's this itch or like feeling or need to create, and I've always had that, and I kind of put art on the back burner for a while when I started bodybuilding, and it had an impact on me. It had an impact on my mental health, and I started doing it again, and it felt really, really good. And another thing that I started doing, which was also another major outlet for me emotionally, and I'm not sure the word. Again, it's a need that I've always had throughout my life, again, to create music. I played in bands all of my life, and when I was playing in bands, it wasn't as easy to make music as it is now. Now you can make really pretty decent quality stuff, man, if you just get a laptop and interface and you get like a MIDI controller and a guitar. And that's exactly what I did. You know, I never got rid of my guitars, but my wife gave me one of her laptops, and I went out and I bought an interface, and I got a MIDI controller, and I started all right. I started making music again, and that first song I did, man, I'm telling you that it's like I never stopped. And I had unfortunately quit for, God, a very, very long time. I had stopped making music for a very long time, and I always told myself when I was younger, I will never be that guy. I will never be that guy that stops playing guitar or stops making music because he's got a job or whatever. But unfortunately, you know, we live in the real world, and things get overwhelming, and when you do as much as I do, you often don't have the energy to do anything like that once you're done with work. But I made time. I sacrificed some sleep to be able to make music, and it was well worth it. You know, I've also I've touched on this a little bit in some text posts on IG and stuff, but one thing with me is I've always kind of floated between subcultures. And I'm getting a text here. I've always kind of floated between subcultures, right? And I grew up in the punk scene, and I've always been really into metal as well. But I remember I used to get shit sometimes for being into like goth music and post-punk and stuff like that. It wasn't punk enough. It just wasn't. It didn't fit in that box, right? And that's it's such a dumb mindset, and I've always hated that. And I've caught myself doing that a little bit, being like a metal elitist with even stuff that I used to like. There was a period when I hated nu metal, even though when I was in like 5th grade, I was really into like Korn and stuff like that. Like when I got real into the punk scene, I kind of shunned that stuff, and I didn't want to admit that I used to like it, and I hated it, and it was so dumb. It's such a dumb thing to put restrictions on yourself or anyone else, or your friends. It's so stupid to do that when life is too short to put limitations on yourself. All right, back again. I told you I'm a busy person, but so I've always kind of bounced between subcultures, and I've never really fit into any one of them 100%. And I grew up in the punk scene, and I've always been into metal, but I've always struggled with the people around me who wanted to limit themselves and put themselves in this box, and it's always bothered me, and I've always thought it was very stupid to want to have to put a label on everything and have to fit into this kind of preconceived idea of who you're supposed to be just because you identify with a certain subculture. And I remember kind of getting shit from some people in the punk scene because I was into goth music, right? I've always liked that kind of stuff. And I've always wanted to make, post-punk or goth music. So I finally did it, and like I said, I went out and I got me an interface, and I got a MIDI controller, and I sat down and just started recording. And the way I record is I don't write before I record. I just record. I come up with a drum loop, and once I've got that, I'll just sit down and with my guitar, and I will put some effects plugins on and just kind of jam until I find something that I like, and then I'll record that guitar part, and then I'll do another layer and another layer, and then I might add some stuff with the MIDI controller. But so the only thing I have written down before I start recording is a title to kind of like set the vibe. And I'll put a link in the description for any of you that do want to check it out, if that sounds like something you'd be into. It's that kind of old, spooky post-punk sound. If any of you are into that, if you like Bauhaus or Joy Division. I'm really into Sisters of Mercy, but I haven't quite gotten good enough to do that yet. Stuff like that. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. And the thing I'm very proud of is I've so far recorded music that I actually like. There's no vocals on any of it yet. That will change. I just haven't gotten around to figuring out how I want to vocals, because one thing with a lot of bands, with me and my wife says the same thing, is a lot of times we'll both be really digging something and then they'll start singing and it just ruins it. So I don't want to ruin my own music with cringy lyrics or vocals. I want it to be something that I like. I used to be a vocalist in most of the bands I was in, but that was a different style of music, and I haven't quite figured out how I want to approach it with this. My project is called Lvst, but Lust is spelled with a V, kind of a nod to True Cult with a black metal thing. But yeah, it's called Lvst, and I have a SoundCloud, and I went through DistroKid, and through that I'm able to have my stuff on Apple Music and Amazon Music and the streaming services, and some of my songs are on the Instagram Meta music library. And if any of you ever want to help me out a little bit, that would be really fucking cool if you used my stuff in your reels on Instagram. I would greatly appreciate that. I gotta try to promote myself a little bit, because nobody's going to do it for me. But I don't expect that to go anywhere amazing. It's just something I enjoy doing, and like I said, I'm proud of it. I like it. I dig it. My wife digs it, and she is the final boss of goth baddies. So I take that as a big compliment when she digs what I'm doing. But that's one thing I will say, baby, if you're watching, and I'm about to brag on you a little bit. When I first got with my wife and I was talking to her in our little talking stage, that was one of the biggest green flags, was that her music taste. And this, I'm not one of those guys that thinks women can't be into good extreme music or alternative music. A lot of guys in the metal community have that mindset, and they're fucking morons. I say that it seemed too good to be true because I've actually had 2 different girls in my life, after we were dating for a while, admit to me that they just read the bands on my vest and pretended to like them, and then later told me I had no idea who that was. I just thought you were cute, and I wanted you to like me. So when she was naming stuff off, I'm ashamed to admit that for about a minute or two I was like, is this one of those situations? Because it was like a match made in heaven. It was too good to be true. She's into all these bands that I love, but what I realized real quick was she was naming bands that I didn't have on my vest, and she knew her shit. Like, she's like an encyclopedia with anything she's interested in. I've learned so much from that woman about history, space, all kinds of shit. She's very intelligent, and I'm very proud to have the most beautiful goth woman in the world as my wife, who's also incredibly intelligent and just naturally charismatic. That's my baby. That's my girl, and I'm fucking proud to call her mine and to be her man. That's she's my trophy wife, right? That's a term for a reason. But yeah, I'm gonna stop for a minute because I keep getting interrupted, and there's a couple things I need to do. So I'm gonna pop back on here in a little bit when I think of something else to tell you guys about. But listen, the channel, I'm gonna try to do this again. I'm not gonna put any rules on myself. I'm just gonna upload videos when I want to upload them, and it is what it is. That way, it's just, there's no pressure this time around, and I can just do what I want with it. But I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye.